Listen, I got your letter, and I did. I was starting to give you to tape it, and um, the tape broke. So anyway, I know I'm really lazy about writing, but anyway. So I was just thinking about Aunt Betty, and it was real hard that I couldn't get down there, but. Um, it just seems now that, Freehold was very special to me. And especially, because of Aunt Betty living there. And I sure have a lot of memories about her. And I was thinking, like going way back, I can remember that. Oh, we went out to this farm, and I think it was a relative. I think it might have been like Aunt Betty's aunt or something. And at that time, I remember we were very young, and we had gone out to the farm there, and I remember Betty was with us, and you, Betty, and I guess Aunt Betty, I don't know, I guess Uncle Bob, because he had to drive, so. Well, that's, one of the memories, and we were just really little at that time. And, there was also a lot of things that I liked about Freehold because, well, she was our aunt, and to me she was, that's the only aunt we had here. And, there were really good times and special times that I can remember when we went out to, I remember going out to well, it was by the railroad track, and there was, a train was like down there, but it was close to a potato patch. And I remember the boys, I guess, with Dave and Bobby, we went out and they dared us. We took potatoes and, they said to eat them. Anyway, I remember that. And also, like on, let me see, there was like things like on Saturday, getting to go to the movies. I mean, that was wonderful, and it was like, and I remember, having this nice dress on, and I thought I was looking gorgeous. It was, it was just really neat to go there, and I guess at that time, probably about, I don't know, about 10, something like that. And when I think about Freehold, I remember Uncle Bob, where he worked at one time in the paper. And so when you go in there, you can, and I'm one for really smelling things. So I could, I can remember the smell of the ink, and they lived in that, remember they lived in that apartment where you'd go up one flight of stairs, and I remember that apartment. And he'd only just have to walk up the block, and, there he was, come home for lunch and stuff like that. And then the main thing was the rug mill. And that, to me, had a special smell, too. The whistle would blow, and the people would come home for lunch, and I probably had an hour, I don't know. And, go back there. But there was a smell of the rug. And then also, like, going into the grocery store. There was a nice store there, and Oh, Aunt Betty used to buy tuna fish, and she'd make it with eggs. She'd put tuna fish and eggs in there, and somehow it just tasted really good. And, there were so many good things about her. And I'm really going to miss her. I know, she got older and stuff, but it's kind of like, the end of an era. And, that was sad because I really couldn't get to sleep. Anyway, then I can remember staying at Agnes's house, and they used to use Lifebuoy, so can you imagine that? I mean, I just remembered that. And, sometimes I would stay overnight with them, with Agnes. And Dave was Dave was, they were related somehow, I can't remember now. And, Agnes had all boys, so I think there were 2 or 3 boys. And, it was nice staying there too, but I really liked it more at Aunt Betty's house. And then there were times when, people would come over and visit, and I can remember Uncle Bob had all his pipes on the table there, and, they'd play the banjo and sing, and that was really nice, because I really like to sing. And I don't know the words, but anyway, that was, really special. And let's see. Later on in years, well, going down there was just real special. I remember, that they would come up from, they'd come up to the city, and either they would take, one of us, or sometimes they would take 2 of us. And I remember they had that black car, it was one of those square with the runners on it. And I was so proud, when they came, and the kids were downstairs, and, when we get in the car, oh, that was so exciting. It was very exciting for me, to go down there. And to get out of the city, I guess that's what it was. So, because I knew when we go down there, we'd have a lot of fun, and we didn't have to worry too much about getting hit with the car and all that kind of stuff. But, it was just really special. And let's see, I'm sure there was a lot of memories. Then there was, the Abbotts. I know they were, somehow I thought we were related, but we really weren't. And, but I remember, they always had a real nice house, a real pretty house, and they had upstairs and downstairs, and they always looked nice. They always dressed nice, and I remember that they would, that sometimes they would take us out, and drive us somewhere to, I don't know, to a farm or something, and so somehow I thought we were related, but then I found out later, we really weren't. They were just really best friends. And when somehow or other, something happened, and I remember barely that they were, something about when Uncle Bob died, that the Abbotts wanted to do it one way and the other. I mean, it was something like that. I don't know. And that's so sad. I don't think that Aunt Betty ever It must have been a real hurt a real hurt because I don't think she really ever went back, with them. And they were friends for years and years and years. And I really don't know the whole story about that. And they were just special times down there. And oh yeah, Betty never used to go to the pond. We'd get our towels and go up to the pond and swim. I was surprised that it was still there, but it's in among all these houses now, It's kind of crowded down there now, and I know the real estate must be sky high there. And so, a lot of memories, and, the last time that I was there, I knew that she, wasn't too well. And I looked back, and I know that, how she would come down to the door and everything. And I look back, and I'd say, God, am I ever going to see her again, And, because I know she was getting older. I know that she was sick that other year. And I was just amazed at how she made everything, with the clothes, and set everything out, and what she wanted to wear. Because she was always one that was very independent and didn't want to bother anybody, things like that. But I guess it, was good to do that. I don't know. But, I'm really going to miss her. And, I know that you and, Bonnie and them, but I really don't know them, I don't really know them. And I just know that, I know that Aunt Betty had two grandchildren, or great-grandchildren, grandchildren, I don't know. Anyway, but they were real cute, and, that's what I heard. I didn't get to see them, but anyway, it seems to me like, I don't know, I don't have any purpose to go down here anymore, because it's like the end of an era, and anyway, Deb, well, you were telling me about the funeral, and, I know she didn't want any flowers, and, I don't know, and, that was sad. I mean, not sad for the flowers, but it is really a waste. It really is a waste. Unless, they're like, Betty, when you had the living plants done, and that was a great thing, I still have those plants, believe it or not. And I always had problems raising anything, but, I just asked God to really help me keep those plants alive, and they still are. So, I'm so sorry that I couldn't get down there. And I just didn't have the money. But, I had been praying for her, and I believe she's with the Lord. Oh, what else do I have to say? Oh, yeah, about the funeral, I was surprised about about Heather. I've never seen a pallbearer, being a lady, but things really change. So, it seems like, you did well by her and everybody, and that was really neat. So, anyway, I'm him in his horn here. I need to stop this image. Oh yeah, it's me again. Well, I'm really glad that you sent this letter, and it really touched me. But it's not because of, the beads and stuff. It was just something really special, very special between us. If I try to give her something, then she'd have to give me something back. And I know she liked the beads. I think it was more of a love thing together. I just always really liked her. And it was real hard. Well, there were another couple of things too that I remember now. That one time Aunt Betty sent me to the barber's to get a haircut, and she said get it cut short. And I said, well, okay, I told the barber there was only a year between us, and so I said, Aunt Betty wants it cut short, real short, but he really cut it short, very, very short. And I remember when I got home, she said, what did you do? She's really mad, But it wasn't my fault. She said to get it cut short. Oh, yeah, and then another thing, I can't remember, Betty, if you were down there the time that Bobby walked out into a plate glass window. We came out, and I don't know if you were there at that time, but I sure remember that. And that leg was just open all the way down, and she had no car, and I guess somebody came out and would have helped her, because I was with her. We had to go to the doctor, and he had to stitch it all the way up. I mean, that leg was, you could look and see, and the bone in there was amazing. I'll never forget that. So that was another thing. And, there's a lot of good memories. Maybe sometime you want to share your memories, about Freehold. And about things that you remember that I don't remember. That would be neat. In fact, I'm going to send this tape, and you can send it back if you want to. Tell me some of your memories, or write, or whatever. So that was, she had a long life, 83 years old, and, she always had her mind, and, I'm thankful for that. So, I hope everything's well with your family, and, Jeannie, I hope she gets a little boy, or whatever, that's going to be exciting. And, guess everybody's going to be looking forward to that. Boy, it's been a long time. So, that's going to be fun. Okay, so, I don't know what more to say, you know. Like I say, you know, it's the end of an era for me anyway, you know. So, anyway, say hi to everybody and, you know, give my love to all the kids and not kids, your children and grandchildren. I still haven't heard from Margie. I am so upset with that. You know, it's like, God, what is she doing? And, you know, I can't afford to call her. In fact, right now my phone is off. And there was something wrong with it, and they wanted $62 to just walk in the door. And Janet had been telling me all along, why don't you get that insurance thing, you know? But still, it would be $4. It would be $4 every month on the bill, you know, and that's silly. Well, anyway, at this time I can't call or anything because I just can't have it on until I get the money. So, what else? But I could live without it for now. Anyway, I have a meatloaf in the oven, and I'm having Janet and Barbara come over, and Dorothy, my friend. And so we're going to have a nice meal and then go to work. That's really not work, Betty. It's really not work. I go up there and just, well, you know, put the dishes in the dishwasher and you know, with the money I make, I sure don't make enough money, but excuse me, you know, you know, I bring up my stuff. You know, I do some things for her, you know, like she doesn't have the stuff in the house, so I bring up my own stuff and polish and stuff like that for her. You know, just little things. But it certainly isn't, you know, a job. And then most of the time, you know, we sit and watch television. So, it's not really a hard job. And I'm trying to get the houses in order. I have one house now that's, I think that's what I'm going to probably live on, you know, between all the houses. And that's the way I might be making my living, you know. I just finished up a house over there, and I had put it in the paper. And so far, well, there was a couple, but I don't know, you know, I don't think they were the ones for that. So, you know, just pray that I get somebody good in there. Because after working so hard in it, and I always like my houses clean, you know. And so I want to have somebody that's, you know, keep it clean. You know what I mean? I mean, after doing all that work. But anyway, that is the story of my life right now. So, it's a lot easier for me to talk to you than to write a letter. My hands get tired. So, anyway, say hi to everybody. And if you go up to Debbie sometime, bring the tape and let her hear it, okay? Because I don't want to have to do it twice. So, I love all of you, and hope everything's going well up there. So I'll sign off for now. All right? Okay, I haven't heard from Jimmy. I called, well, no. Yeah, he did call me one time. I wonder how he's doing with that. I'm not sure if it's full-time or half-time or what. Or he's in training. I think that's what it is. So, I guess that's about it. I haven't seen him, you know. And Tommy, I haven't seen Tommy. And I haven't called him or anything. Still haven't done that, but I don't think it's the time right now for me. And, you know, there will be a time. Probably not in not in the too distant future, but when God tells me to, I'll go. So, I'm not angry at him or anything. It's just a time, you know, when what's on their side. So, anyway, that's about it, and that's, right now, that's what I'm doing. So, either write me a letter, or if you have a tape recorder, to just tape it on the other side so that I can hear your memories. Okay? I'd like that, because you probably have different ones than I do. I know there's a lot more, but I could be there all day doing it. So, have a good day, and I love you. Bye.